Why is there... Oh, right. Isn't this a raid farm? Is this a raid farm or is it an iron... This is an iron farm. Why is there a raid? Where is there a raid? Who screwed this up? Is it my fault? I hope it's not my fault. Hey yo, it's Lyarrah, and you join me today back over here on Truly Bedrock, where we are in the shopping district in the search of mini blocks. The reason for this is twofold. One, I have realized that I have owed Zap a mini block ice blaze since like February or so. And have never gotten around to it, so I think that kind of makes me a bad friend, potentially. Yeah, a little bit. And that is a lot of... Wow, okay. And the other reason is because on stream yesterday, I got talked into doing another mini block sculpture over in Spawn Town. Now, the reason that I have been scouring the mall and stuff like that, instead of just walking over here and scooping them up at Beardy's place, is, yeah, he's sold out. He is very much sold out of everything I could possibly need. The thing is I know why he's sold out. Because Beardy is sold out for the same reason that I am sold out of everything. And that reason is parked right over here. Now, when Dadcraft decided to build a cargo barge, I don't know if his intention was to go for the, there's a barge out here impeding commerce. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the moon again. What is... No. Alright, yeah, no. I don't know if that was what he was intending to go for. I feel like probably yes. Whether he did or not, though, the joke is there. He has officially managed to impede commerce by buying out the entire shopping district, or at least as much of it as he had diamonds for, and piling it all in the bottom of his ship here. Yeah. And that unfortunately includes the mini blocks that I am looking for. There's the white one, or wall. There is the white stained glass. And I'm sure one of these has the light blue stained glass as well. There's the clear. Yeah, it's, there we go. The blue stained glass. Those are what I'm looking for. It is extremely tempting to just snatch them. Because I could. But fact is, he did buy them legitimately, and I was going to say illegally, but we don't really have... Do we have a law here? We have a courthouse, so I went to jail. I guess we I don't know. I don't know the logistics of it. The point is that he did play by the rules. This was purchased all legitimately. He paid for every bit of it, and so taking any of it would not be Robin Hooding it, it would be outright stealing it. And, you know, that's rude. I'm not going to do that. Now, that does mean that I need to either get a hold of Dadcraft or of some very lucky rolls on some wandering traders before I can do either one of those mini block projects. But fortunately, it is about the time of day that usually Dadcraft, appears for the morning. Not on the server, but in general, and I mean, I can put the payment in the barge over there. So hopefully he'll respond within the next hour or so, and in the meantime there are some other things I can do and show you. So we're gonna double check my mini block things just in case I did just forget that I had stuff that I need here. The wool could be in here and I just forgot. There's 5 pieces. That's not enough. Yeah, while we wait for him, I'm going to show you all those things. And the main one of those things is this. This is the start of the palace, and it is indeed me finally starting to build on top of the mesa after all this time. Yes, I completely episode 50'd it again. I did that's only episode 48. Okay, no, actually, and I also have actually been building on the area around it. I'm counting that. Well, this is a bad side to count. I'm counting that, okay? Ha! Ha! I did do some. No, I waited way too long. It was still the same, somewhere between anxiety and executive dysfunction type of, like, I didn't have artist's block. I just had fear of placing the first block. Is that early artist block? Minecraft. Anyway, yeah, this is... it's supposed to be the entrance to a palace, but it honestly almost came out more like some kind of temple. So even though this here is going to pass into a staircase that heads on up that way into a very tall tower that is going to be intended to be like the queen's quarters or whatever. So yeah, my bed's probably going to go way up there. I'm going to waste a lot of rockets getting up to it. For whatever weeks I get to actually sleep out here. But that still needs some heavy work, and the front of it though is mostly done, I think. So this is the color scheme that I have been getting all this lapis saved up the whole season for, and that I have been so gung-ho about wanting to do, but putting off so hard. It is just absolutely gorgeous. In my mind, this blue here is not actually literally lapis blocks. It is instead some kind of paint, probably derived from something in the local area. I mean, that's technically what's up with lapis, like you use it for blue dye in the game anyway. But I figure, yeah, this is some kind of blue paint that is very shiny and glossy and very common for this area, but it's rare elsewhere, so they've worked it in as kind of their signature thing. It is like the beauty and the glory of the area, and I think that it's a gorgeous contrast with the sandstone. I'm absolutely in love with it, and this is exactly what I've wanted to do. And I do plan on having details to things that are in the form of quartz, because this is a moon worshipping city. So we're going to have like altar-like places. So this does gaze out to the east where the moon will rise, even if I don't really like to have the current moon rising. So that's why it's got this, and I may try to put white windows like this on every building that is up here on the top, as just kind of a reference to that. But I'm sure it'll get mixed into a few other places around. I also, of course, have a good amount of glazed terracotta in here, and that's, number one, it's awesome. It ties in great. Number two, I am just, a champion for underused materials, as most of you know, which is why I am using the red sandstone itself to begin with, and why I will use glazed terracotta every excuse I get, and why I, have done these endstone bricks as weathered sandstone thing down here, which I still think turned out fantastic. I have made 2 additional houses in this style to go with the first one. I've made them a little bit more beat up than that first one. Not sure. I feel like I'm loving it, but it's also iffy. Like, it's at that middle point of like, I like it, but maybe not. because I really love the way that barrels and trapdoors go together, but that one, I think the planks going in different directions doesn't work out for it quite right. So we're gonna have to switch out something, and I'm not sure which. But even with those, like, I'm using barrels as building blocks. In my opinion, I mean, this is a more common thing lately, but it's still kind of a non-traditional thing. And then this house or barn, I'm not sure which yet, has smokers for the sides to make it look like it's a bit more reinforced. Mentally, I'm kind of almost thinking of these as ropes wrapped around it. But these have been placed in a way so that the actual smoker face is hidden. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving how that comes together on it. And again, it's just examples of using materials that aren't commonly used in order to create more of a unique feel to the area. I don't know. You can always tell when a place is mine if there's a good amount of glazed terracotta mixed in, I guess. It's a signature thing, but it's not. I always refer to it as tacky, but it's this intentional tackiness that that isn't meant to be ugly or anything. It's what was the phrasing that I used? I feel like some of the stuff that I have been doing over in Spawn Town on stream the last couple of days may explain it a little bit better than the stuff over there, because it is already into like the full-blown detail levels of work. And no, don't ask me why we're trying to actually like make Spawn Town pretty when it's got all this going on. Probably to distract from it. I don't know. But yeah, we've got these streets and everything over here. And I've done things like I've put bike racks, and we've got well, this also has a bunch of chest monster that needs to go, so we'll ignore that. But like I've made the alleys in between a darker material. I'm going to be putting a dumpster underneath here. It's things like that that you don't notice that they're there, but you vaguely feel like something is missing when they're not. And it's kind of the Futurama principle of if you do things right, no one will be certain that you've done anything at all, because it should just look and feel very natural, and not feel like it's got much attention called to it. Like, I've got texturing in the wall here. You know that it's there, you can see it, but it doesn't call attention to itself. It just feels like part of the wall. It just okay, yeah, no, that's not a perfect wall. Whereas if it was just solid brick, then it would call attention to itself in a way of just like, well, this is boring, this is solid. Yeah, and it's the same thing that Zoe has been doing over here on the buildings that he's been making, where I guess these ones aren't the best examples, although man, I'm loving these buildings so much. Like, I'm just loving how this whole urban area came together. It's giving me such like San Francisco vibes. I've been having fun making jokes about like the different years that the different parts of the city were made in. It's really gorgeous to me. But yeah, like, this is a better example. The paint is peeling off the walls in here, and it adds to that feeling that it's aged, but you're also not just like, why are those bricks on the wall there? What's going on? It's I like it. I love it. And it means that you do want imperfections in things to give them that feel of being lived in. And using stuff that is super common and that everybody's used to isn't always going to give that to you the way that, just pulling out the stops and throwing materials that you would never expect to be together. Yeah, Zoya's made so many pink buildings in the last couple of days, and I'm living for it. But I'm also just like, how did this happen? Did he just like have too much terracotta that it wasn't selling? I don't know. But man, that's a fun building. Now, I promise I did have a point in all this rambling besides just stalling for Dadcraft to wake up and, slash respond and or to show off stuff in Zontown, though man, I did want to show it off. I'm not even gonna lie. Uh, and that point was that one thing I've never used in a build before is diamonds. And I have put diamonds on this build, but I'm not sold on it. I had originally had this dark orange, the orange terracotta, as the trimming on there. And it's at that just that exact middle point between looking good and not being different enough to look like an accent instead of texturing. Matt, Mojang, can we talk about the fact that sandstone all has this line on it? Because I really hate that. And give me sandstone brick. Give me sandstone and red sandstone brick. Please, if you add one thing, add that. And dark prismarine walls. But mostly sandstone brick. Anyway, my stream came up with the idea of putting in the diamonds instead as part of the whole moon aesthetic, and because it goes with the soul lanterns, and I am intending to have all my actual lighting be hidden in the ground or other hidden lighting areas, and then having the supposed lighting be the soul lanterns for the aesthetic of the whole moon thing. It does tie together pretty nicely, but I'm not sure whether it's the wrong kind of gaudy. Like, I know that's rich coming out of me, but like, I'm just not sure. So while I don't know if we're going to be back over here at all today, I would love some opinions on that in the meantime. So I have just had one little Mr. Tisfit tell me that he is cool with me checking his storage and seeing if he's got the mini blocks that I need. I think his is still my favorite base this season. Like, it may not be like the super pretty one, but it's just so interesting and fun and different, and he really went all out with it, and I am absolutely loving it. Alright, mini blocks. Does he have things mixed in with the... Okay, no. He does not have them mixed in with the regular stuff, so... we could be here a while. Gee, I don't know, Lee. Maybe it's the box labeled with the flat block there. Maybe that's the one he keeps his mini blocks in. You think? He's got a few. I think if I do mix the ones that I already had and the snow and those together, that should be enough. He's also... I need the blue glass so badly, though. And he does not have that, so I can at least do the one in Spawn Town, I think, now with what I've got. Oh, do you have anything? Sir? Sir? Close enough. Hold that thought. Don't despawn, please. I'll grab 8, make some cyan. Rush. Ow. Yay, he's still here. Gimme. Thank you. Have a nice day. You can live just this once. Alright, so between those and, oh, I guess I do have a few light blue ones around. Okay, so I might have enough to do zaps, but I'm still going to wait and see if I do get any replies from Dadcraft or Beardstone may also have some more that he hadn't stocked the shop with. So I'm going to wait for responses from them before I get too awful far into things. By which I mean, we're going to go ahead and go do the one in Spawn Town because I definitely have what I need for that. But we're going to wait on the one for Zap in case we can get even better materials before we head out there. So we are going to go ahead and get set up here in Chunktown. And I am going to get Titan over here as well, actually. Because I'm going to see if I can make a decent time lapse out of this. So, spoiler alert. It actually did make a pretty good time lapse. And we're going to go ahead and watch that now. Though I need to inform you of the utter tragedy that is not only did Zoe and I both manage to somehow die during the course of building a goose, but it also didn't even get caught on the camera because both of us died like way too far away for it to get picked up. But yeah, it seems that Titan and I have quite the long way to go to get out to Zap's place. So we're going to go ahead and float on over there. Well, I'm going to walk. She's going to do the floating, I would presume. Given how this nonsense works. And while we traverse that, like, 600 and some blocks, I will let you see how we built the goose. Alright, it took some searching, but I did find where Zap wants me to put the, I'm going to call them freezes, the freezes. I thought he wanted one, but it looks like there's 2 spots here, which is fine. These should be pretty straightforward to do compared to the others. I may need to go back and buy some actual ice. I just realized that I did forget that part. Oof, oof. I'm going to spend a couple rockets on that, but yeah, I've got the spot here. I've got all this here ready to go for it. I fortunately have, I've been wondering why there's no ghasts bothering him over here. It's because this is actually a warped forest, so only Enderman would spawn here, and he's got it lit up enough that they won't. So that's awesome. And I've got Titan over here already, though. I need to like get her something to stand on so that she doesn't just drive me nuts with the bouncing. Like, Titan, darling, can you? There we go. That's good. That's good. That's fine. That'll work for both of us. And yeah. I need to go get that ice, though. Darn it. The fun thing is I have just discovered that this should actually take me right past the gold farm. So it is actually completely viable out here to Zap's place. Okay, well I passed the gold farm, apparently. Where's Silence Bridge? Oh no, there's the gold farm. Where's Silence Bridge? There it is. Oh, this was inefficient. I should have just gone ahead and taken taken Zap's tunnel still. I think this actually cost me more rockets. Whoops. Huh. Looks like Jess has been up to see the piglins recently. Gotta remember to close that, Jess. Close it. Alright, reminds. I still haven't found that translator box. And, I kind of don't want to have to order another one from Silent. I don't know what I'm going to do. So, I think what I'm going to do here is, since these are a little bit more straightforward than the goose, I'm going to go ahead and walk y'all through one of these, or at least like part of it, so you can find out my thought process behind it and everything. And then the other one will go ahead and just time lapse so I can show you like the zoom. With it so close up, I don't know if the time lapse is going to turn out good. It definitely won't be as comical as the other one because no one's going to die during... I hope no one's going to die during this. With my luck, I will. Can I get in the air? Thank you. As for what we are doing, we are creating this guy. Yeah, we just want a small version of this, same kind of concept. Not expecting it to be a perfect copy by any means, especially because this deliberately had variation on the rods for it. But the small ones, well, the rods are going to be small blocks. And the head is going to be a big block with small blocks sticking out of it, probably. I may choose to assemble it out of a few regular blocks instead. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan. I don't think I'm going to get to do the little sparkly bits around it. Depending on what blocks I make it out of, I may try to hide an end rod in the spot to make it have the little sparkles. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're just going to live without it. Can I jump through here? Can I? Uh-oh. That's a lot of ender friends. You know what? Since I'm doing the other one first, let's log Titan out for a moment. And let's fly away and come back down and hope that despawns some of our friendermen down here. And yeah, okay, that looks better. All right, let's get some stuff off my hotbar and get going. Also, just so that I can keep stuff off my hotbar, we're gonna put down a couple cakes. I should have just done this over at the goose, but I'm pretty sure Lyarrah just managed to eat them in like 2 minutes, so it's fine. Anyway, hotbar clear, other than sword, because I don't want to put sword down here. I will not need any rotation ones here, fortunately, so that's not going to be a thing. What I will want just the regular rotation align. I will want the ability to turn things into microblocks instead. I may want the low and high res one, so I'm going to keep that in my inventory. I definitely will be wanting both of the Ys. Let's go ahead and strategize this. We're going to probably put the blocks on this side. So, and then scoot them over. So that is positive on the Z and negative on the X. So those are the ones that I want on my hotbar. And the other two I can keep higher in my inventory in case I need them. Which I usually try to keep like corresponding above it. And then I think we will be starting with, honestly, we'll just do, let's do a clear at the bottom of each of the rods. And then move up into the light. Can I see? I can see it from here. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a clear at the bottom. Then probably 2 or 3 of the light blue and then one of the ice at the top. So these should be pretty straightforward. We'll go ahead and start with the bottom ones. So we go micro. I am going to see real quick how that does look at the low and high res. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it as the high res. There's also a chance I might decide to go with the cyan instead of the clear for this. But we're going to go ahead and pick that up a bit off the ground. We're going to scoot it on over, and these ones on the bottom, let's see. I'm trying to remember what I did it on that one. I did them just a little bit off from being straight to the corners. So we're going to want them like there, 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 and there. In fact, let's go ahead. Fax machine noises. Let's go ahead and put a temporary block here in the center, just to kind of designate where it is that we're going to want the actual body. And by body I mean head, because blazes don't have bodies. Boy, is it really? I guess it probably is going to be that big. Oof. 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 Ugh. Okay. Yeah, we'll scoot it over a bit more here. That feels, yeah, about right. And that'll give us a clearer spot to go on. And now I don't really need that on me, so it can go back away. So rotate, shrink, scoochy, 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 and up we go. And that's just going to be rinse, repeat on these ones. And this back one is where it is going to come into play that I will need the other ones at times, because I will need the other Z. Pop that on here. Pull it down a little bit. Am I sure? Am I sure? Well, I guess now I'm sure, because I guess now we're scooting this around the corner a little bit. For simplicity's sake. Okay, so we know where the bottoms of all these are going to go. I do want to lift up the back ones a little bit. And this is where the fun begins of trying to line these up. I am probably going to have to do some tomfoolery with knocking a block out here and there to check, or maybe I'll just get Titan over here to take a look for me. But either way, next step is to get these lined up on top of these suckers. Which, honestly, already going a little bit smoother than I thought it would. Okay. It is immediately apparent that these are going to be a little bigger than actual blazes, but that's fine. That's going to be actually really cool for this spot. So we'll keep going forward with it. If I had a wish list for this pack, it would be to be able to turn things by 15 degrees instead of the full 45, because I think that would make it a lot easier for the way that I do things, which is being overly fancy, to be completely honest, and also just to have some way of moving them faster, because sometimes I am just over here clicky so much, all the clicky. So of course, as I'm looking at this, I'm realizing that I actually want this one a little bit further over, since this one got moved up and around. These should realistically be at about the same spot all the way around, like not exactly necessarily, but you know, approximately, just to give it that look. Yeah. Now, I have let these be at different heights. That is intentional because blazes kind of do the spinny thing. Also because it is very complicated to get them all at the same height. I mean, I can definitely do it, but the height is very hard to judge compared to the other measurements on these. See? I totally thought that was high enough. And now, oops, I keep forgetting that I have the ice already in my inventory. Now we're putting these ones on top. And from there, it's just rinse and repeat on the other 3 layers of this, right? 3? Yeah, 3. So, I think I'm done with the first one of these guys. I will still do the time-lapse for the second one. I have run into 2 very silly problems here. First of all, I have no idea what to do for the eyes. I kind of like the beacon eyes, but yeah, first of all, they're small. Let me move this out of the way and back up and show you. First of all, they're too small, but the thing is that with the size of these, I can't actually fit 2 blocks side by side. Because too many, like 4 mini blocks is the full, or 4 micro blocks is the full width of a block. So that doesn't work. I did try just doing 2 snow blocks that were like half overlapping each other, but they Z-fight, so that's no fun. There's also the problem of, well, I guess no, it doesn't look that bad. Okay. I had some weird entity shadows. Yeah, there's like a narrow range where there's weird entity shadows, but I guess that's fine. The other problem is that there does not appear to be any more light blue stained glass mini blocks on the whole server. I have checked Beardstone Supply, I have checked the barge, I have checked Tiz's storage, I have checked 2 other people who let me know that I could check their storage as storage, and I have checked 3 other wandering traders and managed to run into. So, with the knowledge that this needs, what was it again, 8, 16, 24, wow, that's even more than I thought it needed, 24 of the mini blocks, and I have half that. I am I was originally going to say that I'm going to mix in some of the glass and some of the, like, some cyan glass and some packed ice. And I think I think that's too many. I would be, I guess that's only 6 that I have to mix into. Yeah, we can try that. We can try that. Let's try that and see how that looks before I just give up. You know. Also, I can put my rotatey ones away. Also, I'm very sorry if you can hear thunking in the background. They are working on my roof, which is part of why this episode's taken so long to come out. It's because I've been distracted by that and by the hardcore server that I'm playing on this month, and yeah. Also by my AC being broken. It has been miserable this last week. Alright, so let's pull out one of those. And one of... Not that... Okay, fine. One of those. And we'll try 2 different experiments here. Okay, the first one is that we're going to go ahead and try raising this buddy up. And... of course, aligning it and everything. Oh, we did that. I think mixing a few of those in is acceptable. I think I'm not even going to worry about the other thing I was going to try of mixing more of... I mean, maybe I'll still do both. Hang on. So they're both good effects, and maybe I'll mix 1 or 2 more of the white ones in and everything. I think that that's definitely serviceable. I think that that's definitely doable. So let me go ahead and sprinkle more of those in. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how that turned out with those mixed in. I might go back and do 1 or 2 more actually, but that has left us with 18 to use on the other ones. So that's actually more than enough. That's going to go well. With that said, though, I have made y'all wait long enough for this episode as is. So I think instead of trying to get that time lapse jammed into this episode, I'll go ahead and record it while I'm streaming later today or tomorrow. And for right now, we will... I'm lazy, so we're not going to pack this up completely. We're just going to pick it up in case we have to leave the area. By the way, I've also left a shulker of netherrack for Zap because somehow, despite being in the nether, he has run out and needs some more. So, yeah, I'm leaving that here for him. And I have 1 for him. So we'll leave this one to see what he thinks. I will work on the other ones soon enough. And as for right now, well, thank you everybody so much for hanging out with me today. If you had as much fun as I did, make sure you leave a like. If you want to hang out again next time, make sure that you're subscribed. Take care, everybody. Toodles!